Did you know that when I was in junior high, I was voted most likely to explode? It's true. It's true. So I think it's quite fitting that they're letting me kick off a session called Boom, because this room is about to explode. Are you ready? It's Sunday morning. Are you ready? All right. This whole thing started over a plate of barbecue. Not even kidding, most things do. A bunch of us were sitting around the barbecue shop, I don't know what else it's called, the barbecue restaurant maybe, in San Antonio after ISTE 2 summers ago, and we had this idea, right? So we took it to John Carippo. And John Carippo, you know, is always up for a barbecue adventure and a learning adventure, so he said, go for it. And like he just mentioned a moment ago, it became a thing, and the rest is history. Q Boom is here Sunday morning, and there's a few things that you need to know. This is a 3-minute mic drop. I like to explain it. That is a 3-minute speak and share your heart out. This incredible team of folks is going to share what they're passionate about, things that are big visionary ideas from their life, from their classroom, and it is their 3-minute keynote, 3-minute mic drop, but we are not, remember, doing what? We're not allowed to drop the real mic because these mics are really expensive, okay? So there are some rules that you as the audience need to know. The first rule of Q Boom, there are no rules in Q Boom, right? Just kidding, there are a few. Speakers get 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We do have a big old timer up here. You might not see it behind the monitor. There's a 3-minute countdown for this. Speakers were told they can use up to 9 slides, all right? Up to. They don't have to use 9. There is no video and no audio allowed in their slides. And then the last direction they were told is to go for it and have fun, all right? This is meant to be something lively, fun, exciting, and big explosions from your heart and your mind, right? Okay, what we need you as the audience to know. Giving a 3-minute talk is hard. We need your energy in the room, all right? Can you bring the energy for us, please? Thank you. If you hear something you like, let the room know. You do not need to sit there quietly. We want you to let the room know. And when each speaker finishes, they are going to, not drop the mic, but you all are going to say, all right, are you ready? Get set. Boom! The first one on the stage.
Hey, everybody. My name is Bill Selleck, and I would like to introduce you to an old friend. Meet Past Bill. So I like to think of younger versions of myself as a separate person. So quick story on Past Bill. When he was a kid, he loved being on the phone, as kids often do today, and he also loved music. So Past Bill grew up and had a dream to be able to record his band in a studio. Now, back in the late 1900s, there were only 3 ways you could really record a whole band. You could spend a lot of money, you could get signed to a major record label, or you could get a music degree and work in a recording studio. And that's just what Past Bill did. He worked in a studio, recorded a bunch of music, including the song you actually just heard. That was my band playing, right? And then at some point, me, like present Bill, realized that this thing that used to take this advanced expertise is now available on a phone. Right? And this should change everything about schools. Right? And I'm not just talking about recording music. Quick rundown. On a phone, on any mobile device, students can publish a graphic novel. They can sketch note. They can write and publish a book. They can host a podcast. They can record their own music. They can make a movie. And not just make a movie, they can storyboard it, script it, shoot it, edit it, publish it, distribute it, and market it, all from this thing we call a phone, right? This should change everything about schools. And most importantly, they can publish a photo gallery, or even more importantly, just take selfies and publish them. Right? This, though, is only half the equation. Our students now have access we could only dream of when we were kids. Now it's on us as educators to give our students choice and space in their day to develop these crafts. Right? Too often, systemically, what do we say when students have a device? Put that away, not in my classroom. How dare we take these away from our students? When this could change everything for them. So while phones have changed profoundly in the last 20 years, too often our classrooms have not. That can change. That change can start with us, and that change should start now. Boom!
I get 20 extra seconds up here, apparently. My name is not that phone. My name. There we are. That was my boom. Oh. My name is Sara Gilbert, and I am a high school teacher that teaches students specifically with just Asperger's, so I deal with them all day long. And the reason I am here today is because you need to take care of you. We are here because we want to learn, we want to grow, we want to be there for our students, but you cannot do that if you are not there for yourself. Self-care is not selfish, and that's my takeaway for the day. Self-care is not selfish. You need to be taking of you so you can be the best for your students. Most of us are not very healthy, and here's why. We live off of coffee all day long. That's all we have. I go home and I have 6 dinners because I haven't ate anything all day except for coffee, which is amazing, and I love it, and I spend a lot of money on it too. You are not you because you are not eating healthy for yourself. You're not taking care of yourself. And your students actually see that. My kids don't because they don't hear anything, but your students actually see that. So take care of yourself. It is better to do one thing well than 10 things poorly. So start small. Start by waking up and having some time for yourself and not hearing the alarm go off on snooze 5 times. Start by taking a 1-minute meditation break. We're going to take 10 seconds so I can breathe. Here we go. Okay, that was 10 seconds. Start taking 10 seconds for yourself. These are some habits for self-care, and number 1 is my favorite, is to take a rest as a catalyst for productivity, and not because you need that rest. Take that rest so you can start your day. Streamline your schedule by doing fewer things better. If you don't have if that, then this, that's my life savior right now. Please download that, use it. It connects with everything, a little creepily, but it connects with everything. Pair a self-care habit with your regular routine so it becomes automatic. I don't know about you, but I go home after school, I put my pajamas on, and I'm on the couch for the rest of the night lesson planning. That's really cool. Do that too. But maybe add in like one time go to the park after school and make that part of your habit. And lastly, focus on the habit of the habit. Value right actions over right results. You're going to be a better you if you're choosing that action and not going for that goal. And I am here because Saturday teachers need Sunday self-care.
Oh, wow, that's going fast. Hi, my name is Sicily Day, and I am a Fab Lab toaster at West Contra Costa Unified School District. And today I'm going to talk about what is maker identity anyway? Well, for me and my students, we went on the journey to find that out. So for my students, maker identity was about learning about themselves and about each other. So through making, they were able to learn about who they were. Also, one of my students figured out that she could be a doctor and a maker. She can do both. And some of my students also figured out that they could be computer scientists, they could be engineers, and through coding, one of them discovered that she could just be a plain old artist. Yes, clap it up. And they also were learning new things, and they were teaching each other new things. They were building community. So right here is my mom. She hates taking pictures completely. I had to sneak and get that one in. We were at the Warriors game. Anyway, so this is my mom, and this is my aunt. And these are the two women that I identified as makers. These women take nothing and make something out of it, especially my mother. She is the queen of balling on a budget. That's where I get it from. Yes, these are embarrassing high school pictures. Yes, I'm proud of these pictures because my mother made these dresses. She made the purple one, and she made the blue one. Yes, my hair was a hot mess. It doesn't matter. Anyway, even then I was trying to stun on them. Anyway, so my mother would make my Halloween costumes. She made my prom dresses. She made all the things that I needed for school. Yes, she made my school clothes. She did everything. My mother is the mother of all makers. And now that I'm a mother, I get to make my son's costumes. I get to torture him, and he gets to torture me. I think he's a cosplayer, actually. And we get to do all this stuff. Also, I also now get to make for my own self, because I love to. That's my bouquet for my 10th year vow renewal, and I made that for myself. Yes. I always wanted one of those. And so, yeah, now I'm nervous. So, what does all of this mean, maker identity? Well, for me, I've learned, and my students learned, that maker identity is not about 3D printers. It's not about laser cutters. Maker identity is about our friends, our families, honoring our ancestors, and remembering that we are all makers. Boo! I did it! I made it!
Good morning. My name's Cory Coble. I teach 7th grade science, and I got an extra 20 seconds for my 3-minute boom. So I always like to start off with this amazing comic because Calvin was me as a kid in school. I was the memorizing champion in my 3rd through high school, college-ish times. I'd memorize everything. And I would put it down on that test. I'd get a C, C minus, and I'd walk out there like, yep, I'm done. I'm out. And when I became a teacher, I have a kind of a small confession to make. I did it the same way everyone else did. I did worksheets. I hate to admit it at a tech conference, but I did worksheets. I taught to the book. I made them answer questions on page 247 and sit quietly facing me while I lectured. I had done it the same way that every other teacher in my department had done for years. This was my desk. I graded hundreds of papers. I even had 4 different versions of the same test, and I graded them all sitting in my classroom. I had science notebooks that all looked the same. I know, it's okay. Yep. I basically took the easy road. I sat on the sidelines and let everyone else do everything, the textbooks, the worksheets, everything for me. I logged off. And then I took a leap of faith. I heard about this Q Rockstar camp in Lake Tahoe. And I'm like, Lake Tahoe? Hell yeah, I'm going to Lake Tahoe. I don't care what the thing is, I'm going. And I learned how to blog. Not just from a lecture, but actually getting my hands on it and doing a blog when I walked out of that session. Now, I bring everything I can into my classroom to give my students the choice and the voice to share what they've learned. So I ask you from this fall conference that I've been going to for years, take that leap of faith. Be the Indiana Jones. Walk out of here with something new that you want to bring back to your classroom. Because knowledge is easy. Learning is easy. It's that enthusiasm we bring to the classroom that's going to inspire our students to do the same thing I did, to step off that ledge and do something different. That's the enthusiasm I want when you leave here, because that's going to pull that switch for our kids, and it's going to ignite an amazing opportunity for them. So I thank you for being here, and I hope you walk out of here with the same enthusiasm I do every single year. Boom.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? All right, yes, so today I want to talk to you about tamasha. Does anybody, hey, that music? Okay, does anybody know what tamasha is? Tamasha, what is it? Yes. So I was watching a documentary about cricket, right? Indian cricket. And they said cricket has become tamasha, an exciting, an important, a fun event for the country, but it's filled with uncertainty because you don't know if you're going to win or lose. And when I heard this word, I'm like, you know what? Teachers are tamasha because we have fun. We are exciting. We become relevant to our kids. But the most important part of tamasha that we have to embody is uncertainty. We have to be uncertain because we have to be able to grow. That uncertainty makes us better teachers, right? Because we don't just want to be teachers. We don't just want to be a step on our students' path towards the next grade. We want to be a vehicle to transport them to a great education. We need to make sure that we wear ourselves out instead of rusting out. We want to be that memory maker for our students on a daily basis. But a lot of teachers have fear, right? Fear of the unknown. Fear of, I'm not really good with technology. They have this fear. But you know what? We have to ditch that fear because sometimes we look at our weaknesses and we say, I can't do it because I'm not good at that. But we have to look at our strengths. We have to be empowered by what we already know. We are awesome teachers. We are amazing people. We are changing the lives of our students. So when we know that strength, when we know that, it empowers us to do our job. And what we deem as our weaknesses, maybe we don't know how to use technology that good, it falls by the wayside because our strength is amazing teachers who are changing the lives of kids. Now, I love going to church on Sunday. Sorry, I'm missing it today. But one of my favorite passages is Matthew 14:25. And in this passage, Jesus is walking on the water, and he's calling on his followers to follow me, walk. And they get out of the boat, and they follow him. But the moment they doubt, they fall through the water. Our teachers are afraid of falling into the water. But because we are no longer in silos, they have us to follow. They have us to pull them out of the water and say, you are amazing, follow me. We are changing the lives of our kids. When you walk with the wise, you become wise. Coming to Q has made me wiser because all of you are amazing and I grow off of you. Because teaching is a collaborative sport. Teaching, we are all together in this. Nothing that I ever do is for me and my kids, it's for everybody. And that's what I love. Because if we're never challenged, how can we really grow? How can we be that teacher that becomes better and better? I have a lot of teachers that say, I do the same thing over and over and it works. And I tell them, you know what? These students are not the same that they were 20 years ago. Completely different. And the you 20 years ago should be completely different than the you today. Because they deserve the best you can possibly be. Boom!
You didn't even use your mic. All right, who wants to follow that? Oh, time started. That's me. I'm Cory. And I believe that our stories connect us, so here's my story for you. A few months ago, I had to clean out my garage. Anyone done that before? And when you do that, sometimes you find some gems, and sometimes you uncover some skeletons that you want to cover back up. And here's a caution. If you get sick easily, scared easily, small children, please avert your eyes, because I'm going to show you what I found. That's what I found in my box. It's a little blurry, but I'll show you. And I thought, who put their behavior chart in my teacher box? And then I realized the who was me. And I thought, how could something that I speak up against, that I don't believe in, be something that I did to my kids? That was powerful. And I had a decision to make. What could I do with this? I could either lock it away and nobody know, Or I could share my truths in the hope that my mistakes could help others not make the same mistakes. So let's think about this. What if this chart was hanging up in the front of all of our sessions today? I know I would be in big trouble as soon as I walked in the door. So this was too bad not to share. So I took to social media and an amazing thing happened. People started talking, discussing, sharing, reflecting. And I absolutely believe in this quote from author Glennon Doyle that this truth-telling unlocks us. And that's why I share, and I share hard. But another interesting thing happened. People started trying to justify why they were using these practices. Kids don't mind. It doesn't affect them. Who are we to decide what's going on in kids' minds and in kids' hearts? And let me tell you how you figure that out. I'm back in the classroom. Don't think the second day of school I wasn't itching to pick up that behavior chart. But I know better. So instead, I talked to my kids. And here's two big things that they all said. They were afraid of being bad, and they were worried they're going to be in trouble. And my heart broke. So I believe that if we know better, we have to do better for our kids. In order to do that, we need to reflect, and that's hard. I believe we need to be humble practitioners of self-reflection in order to grow. For me, that means taking myself out of the equation. This education gig isn't about me, it's about who? It's about those kids. And so we need to believe and reflect and grow. So, this is a barf bag. This is how I did it. I'm not a good flyer. Some people in here have flown with me. So on the last plane ride that I did on the descent down, rather than curl up into a ball and roll back and forth, I decided to write because that's what I do. And you can't see it, but this is a small list of my know better, do better practices. And this is just a small list. And again, I took it to social media. I put it out there, I threw myself under the bus, and then another amazing thing happened. People started sharing their know better, do better practices. Many of the same things kept popping up over and over and over again. So, my call to action is this. Oh, sorry. I realized that what I thought was my skeleton turned out to be a gem, because people are talking and sharing and talking about changing their practices. So my call to action is this. We need to reflect on what we are doing. We need to reassess, is this what's best for kids? And if not, we need to do the research. The do better part is why we're here today, right? That's what you are learning. And then you need to redo and keep redoing until it's right. And then please reach others to share our truths, and above all else, know better, do better for our kids. I carry this with me.
Boom, everybody. Can we have all of the boomers come on out? We want to get that epic boom picture. All right. Guess what? I'm making the call right now. Carippo, I can see you over there. Give me a thumbs up, wave your hand in the air. I bet you not too far in the distant future, did I say that grammatically correct? You kind of did, yeah. Okay, that we're going to be looking for who's ready to do a boom at Spring Q. I'm assuming that means all of you. So if you have something in your heart you're passionate about, something that you want to share from your mind, a practice that changed you, we're going to be looking for more people to share their epic 3-minute mic drop. So let's hear it one more time for all of these incredible people. Thank you for coming out on a Sunday morning. Let's do it one more time on the count of 3. You know the word. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Have a great day, everybody. Get out there and learn.